Hello students, this is your biopractical class. Today we are going to study about plant specimens. As you know, Whitaker has given 5 kingdom classification where he classified all the living organisms into 5 kingdoms, that is kingdom Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So today's topic is, that is what is the, if I say what is the aim of the experiment? The aim of the experiment is to study plant specimens, identify them with region. So a number of plant species are there about which you have to study. The first one is, that is bacteria. Students, as you know, bacteria, they are microscopic living beings. That is why in the lab we have this slide. So when we will see this slide, then we will find the structure. They are found in different structures, that is spiral, bacillus, rod shaped, different shapes they have, and bacteria it possesses prokaryotic cell. So its diagram you can better understand it by diagram. The second one is, that is Spirogyra. As you see, I have specimen. This specimen is a Spirogyra. You have seen this specimen before also. Spirogyra, it is a water silk or pond scum. Its kingdom is Plantae, division is Chlorophyta, class is Chlorophyceae and genus is Spirogyra. Students, you can see in the specimen there only a little bottle is there in which its filaments are kept. Actually they are algae which contains chlorophyll. So you find them in the fresh water such as ditches, ponds, lakes, and the body is filamentous, thread-like, and each cell possesses a ribbon-shaped structure. If you observe its cell, then there you will find that its cell is made up of cell wall. Cell wall is made up of double layer. Outer is made up pectin and inner is made up of cellulose. Pectin, when it dissolves in water, it become slippery. That is why when you touch the body of Spirogyra, it is slippery to touch. Filaments, they are cylindrical, and if you see the cell, then each cell contain chloroplast, ribbon shaped structure it has, where it possesses chloroplast. Single nucleus is also there in its cell, and it reproduces asexually by fragmentation and sexually by conjugation. Now I am going to put another specimen. This specimen you can see This specimen, it is known as agaricus. If you see its body, or you used to say it as bread mold also. Its classification, it comes in the kingdom fungi, division in bryophytes, class Zygomycetes, genus Rhizopus, and species Stolonifer. Okay. It commonly grows on stale, broad, decaying vegetables and fruits. So, if your rotten bread is there, you will easily able to see it there. Its body is made up of interwoven mass of white cotton thread, which you call as hyphae. This you will observe when you will observe it on the bread. It has, which we call that thread-like structure hyphae, that we call the mycelium. Hyphae of the mycelium are branched, unseptate, and multinucleated. It reproduces asexually by spores and sexually by conjugation. The next one is this. You can see, you can able to see its umbrella like structure, that we call the pilus. So actually this is mushroom. So here you can see mushroom is also comes in the kingdom fungi. Its genus is Agaricus and species is Compestris. Students, the umbrella like structure which you see here, that we call the pilus. It is a saprophytic fungus that grow in humus rich soil, piles of straw, rotten wooden logs. These are the best places where they grow. It has septate mycelium under the substratum where it get attached. The mycelium produces white or crease colored umbrella shaped fruit bodies that we call the basidiocarp. It has a stalk like structure that we call the stipe. If you have seen the body of Agaricus, it has a stem like structure that we call the stipe, and cap like structure that we call the pilus. As you have seen the umbrella, it has iron bars. Likewise, this Agaricus, it has gills below the pilus region. The gills bear cup-shaped basidia, and the basidial spores are placed on the basidia. So, if you see its structure, the fruit body is umbrella-like shaped, and gills are present just below the pilus-like structure. So here you can see it. Now the next one, that is, you can see, students, this is Rixia. This we call the Rixia. Rixia, as we also know It as a liverwort, its kingdom Plantae, division Bryophyta, class Hepaticae and genus Rexia. So it grows on damp and humid places and commonly found in hilly areas. The plant body, it is dorsally ventral flattened. You can see body is in flattened form and thallus-like. The thallus has a midrib on dorsal surface, an apical notch with growing point at the apex. So at the top region, that is known as notch furrow. Scales and rhizoids are present on the ventral surface. Scales protect the growing apex and retain moisture. Rhizoids are unicellular, colorless and tubular. They help in anchorage and absorption. Sporozoite, it is represented by a capsule embedded in the thallus. It produces haploid spores. So plant body is thallus-like and sex organs and sporophyte embedded in the thallus. Now the next one is similar to this, that you can say Marchantia. Okay. Students, you can see this is Marchantia. Marchantia, if you classify them, it is also a liverwort. Its kingdom is Plantae. Its division is Bryophyta, class Hepaticae and genus Marchantia. It commonly grows on moist, shady and damp places on hills. The thallus is dorsoventrally flattened and dichotomously branched with gnatched apex. At the top portion that we call the gnatch. The thallus bears a median longitudinal grooves on dorsal surface and a corresponding ridge on the ventral side. This you will able to easily understand if you observe its diagram. Cup-shaped bodies called gamma cups are present on the median grooves on dorsal surface of the thallus. So, and you can say C, male receptacles and female receptacles are there on the thallus. Sporophyte is produced on the archegoniophore after fertilization. It is differentiated into food, setae and capsule. Its body is divided into food, setae and capsule. So overall you can say that plant body is dorsoventrally flattened. It has presence of gamma cups and sex organs are produced on anthridiophore and archegoniophores. Now something advanced plant. This, if you see, it is moss plant. If you classify them, its kingdom is Plantae, division Bryophyta, class Musci, genus Funaria, and species Hygrometrica. It commonly grows on moist, shady and damp soil. Walls of houses where there is mostly wet, on the rocks. The plant body is gametophyte. It is green, erect and is differentiated into rhizoids, axis and leaves. So you can see this here. If you see its diagram, then it will be more clear. Rhizoids are multicellular and branched with oblique septa. Main axis is erect, BSA spirally arranged leaves. Leaf-like structure is there. Its leaf is sessile with a distinct midrib, sessile attached. The main axis bears antheridia at its apex and is called male shoot. A lateral branch called female shoot bears archegonia on its tip. In this way, this plant bears two types of branches. One is male branch, another is the female branch. Male branch bears antheridia and female branch bears archegonia. After fertilization, partially dependent sporophyte develop on the female shoot. Now the sporophyte is differentiated into food, setae and capsule. You can see food, setae, capsule. Okay. The capsule encloses spores, sac that contains spores. So at the top you will able to see a bulb-like structure. Bulb-like structure at the top, that is known as capsule. Capsule encloses spores. The spores germinate into filamentous protonema. So in this way, gametophyte is represented by a filamentous protonema and an adult leafy gametophyte, rhizoids, branched and obliquely septate. Sporophyte is a partial parasite upon the gametophyte. So it's an interesting plant where you can see male and female two distinct branches. Students, the next plant, I think you can see this. This is female cone and this is male cone. Actually, the plant about which we are going to discuss here, it bears two types of cones, that is male cone and female cone. So if we see its classification, kingdom Plantae, division Spermatophyta, class Gymnosperms, genus Pinus and species Roxburghi. It grows in temperate and subtropical region on the slopy area, on the slopes of hills. The plant body is sporophyte. It is an evergreen tree, differentiated into root, stem and leaf. Actually, its plant body is tall. It is a tall plant. It grows on the slopes of the hills. Roots have taproot system and often associated with mycorrhiza. Stem is covered with bark and bears two types of branches, long shoot and dwarf shoot. So here you can see its stem with bears. One is bears male shoot, male cone, and other bears female cone. The long shoot bears scaly leaves and grows indefinitely by apical bud, where dwarf bears scale leaves or foliage leaves or candle leaf, needless. Foliage leaves, they are needle-like leaves and are of limited growth. The leaves, as I have told you, two types. It has scaly leaves which are thin, membranous, and foliage leaves which are long, acicular, green. Pinus trees, it is monoecious. Monoecious means male and female gametes, they are present on the same plant. So it possesses male and female cones. Male cones are borne in clusters on long branches. As you can see, this is male cone. Each male cone is ovate, brown in color, narrow at the base and broad at the apex. Female cone are borne singly on the long shoot. Each female cone, it is a cone shape, as you can see this, and bears large and woody megasporophylls. Each megasporophyll bears two ovules on its dorsal surface. The ovules mature into winged seeds. So it's a evergreen woody perennial tree. Presence of long shoot and dwarf shoots are present. Reproductive organs are cones and seeds are naked seeds. So here you can see female cone and this one is the male. So students, here we have discussed some of the specimens related with your plants. These specimens, they are kept as a spot where you have to identify it and you have to write down its features. So it's you should make its diagram, well level diagram, and write down its features.